The situation in Ukraine is quite tense. There are Indian students who are studying in Ukraine. Some parents back home are worried what is going to happen in Ukraine and therefore are calling the students back home to India. But many continue to study there. We've been getting you ground reports on how things are calm and peaceful in the universities and they are studying, although yes, everybody now is monitoring the situation given the kind of news that's doing the rounds. To get you a sense of exactly what's happening amongst the students in Ukraine, we have Indian students from Ukraine. We have guardians, parents who might be worried over here, but also know the ground situation there. And we have a teacher with us who teaches these students, Ms. Anna. Many thanks for joining us here on India Today. I'll begin with the first issue with regards to Indian students and whether they're headed home. I have with me Nilesh Baloda, who is at the airport right now. There are some Indian students who are returning. Let's go across to Nilesh and ask what's really happening and why are these students leaving. Nilesh.
Hello. Not actually all these students are going regarding of the war. Only some students are going because their classes are online. So that's why I found one of my friend who is going to India. Person.
My name is Prashant. I'm a student of Chief Medical University. Actually, yeah.
Nilesh, you'll have to go closer. We can't hear him.
Actually, this is true that there is a major conflict going on between Russia and Ukraine, but I'm not going because of that war. Because one more truth is that we are fine. We are safe. I mean, nothing is happening with us. Actually, I'm going because my exams are over. So that's the reason I'm going to India.
Okay, so some of the students over here, Nilesh, if you could show yourself and show us what's happening at the airport. There are some students who are going back because their classes are over, some because their classes have become online. But there are other students who could be a little concerned, the newer ones who've just reached or who've just gone to Ukraine. So let's just go across to Kostab and ask him. Kostab, you're in the border town of Kharkiv. So explain to us what the situation is and whether if there are students who are returning to India.
As of you said, some of the students, they are returning back to India because they are continuing their classes online. The university has advised them to go back and continue their studies online. And some of the universities, they are continuing studies offline. So many students are over here and situation is very calm.
Okay, situation is calm, but Ms. Anna, you're teaching all these students, quite a few of them are Indian students studying in the universities. You tell me, what's the sense of all the foreign students who are there? Do they come to you asking what needs to be done? Should they leave Ukraine? Do parents get in touch?
Hello, thank you so much, first of all, for such an opportunity to talk about our students. We are really glad that a lot of students from India are coming to us. They are really hardworking students, so thank you so much for such wonderful people. Yes, nowadays we are studying online. Yes, so students must do some tasks online. So most of the time they are coming to my class and take some books and papers and ask questions if they don't know how to do something. And then at home they work. And we have such system as Moodle system. So they have the opportunity to turn on Moodle system, log in and do the tasks and send me all tasks online. So I can check them without any problem and send them back. But we hope that soon, if I'm not mistaken, that from March, if the situation will be the same, quite quiet as it is now, our students will be able to come to classes, to our lessons offline, and we will continue studying. So nowadays, this process is very well regulated, so we don't have any problems with studying and with teaching. So everything is fine.
Right. We also have guardians who actually either are based out of Ukraine and have people and family members who are studying, like Dr. Patrick Royson, or we have Dr. Vinod Patil from Maharashtra, father, who spoke to us earlier as well about how tense they are because they see the news. So Dr. Patil, first to you. Are you worried? Are parents in India worried about their children in Ukraine?
Okay.
So my own brother, he is studying there in final year. Actually, my parents and me, everyone is concerned, like what is going to happen. But at the same time, I'm also legal guardian for about 400 students who are studying there. So actually, most of the parents are calling daily from morning till evening to know about what is happening. Should they call their children back to India or not? So, but till now, as a situation, we get to know from students and from Indian Embassy and from the University Authority, everything is stable. But parents are still very worried about the news. Each day, in the morning, they're seeing the news, newspapers, everything. After that, they're calling everyone, parents, embassy, even their agents, contractors. So parents and students, they don't know what to do actually. But students are very calm and situation is very stable in Ukraine.
Situation is stable. That's Dr. Patrick Royson, who is also based out of Ukraine, but right now is in Kerala, has a ward who's studying in Ukraine as well. Dr. Vinod Patil, your child is studying in Ukraine. What are your concerns?
Actually, being in touch with my student or my son, I feel that the condition is very stable. But, looking at the media, many people, different channels are showing different news. Yesterday, there was one channel which was showing that the war is on and the ice is broken and it's all started. So that gives us worry. Very few channel like yours gives the ground report and what is actually happening there.
All right. So for now, you're calm because I know Costa has been speaking about it, that all of you at home have been worried. So Costa, now with your father saying that he's calm, are you also a little more settled and calm?
Yeah, actually, because many parents they are calling their ward for what's happening there, what is the ground situation. But I get very few calls because I'm in constantly touch with everyone. So the situation is quite calm, and he knows everything, and he knows how Indian media works. So it's better for me.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vinod Patil, for appreciating the work that India has been doing and putting out. But Aditya Swami, if I could come to you, there's still a concern. There are many who have just joined in Ukraine, Aditya. Can you give me a sense of your friends who are from India studying in the same university? Other foreign students, are they concerned, worried? How are they dealing with it? Is the Indian mission in touch?
Yes. I'm also a student here. I'm studying in Q Medical University. The situation here is normal, but people are scared because of the reports that are coming through media. But the Indian Embassy has extended a hand of support in this situation. They have given us a form to fill, and for like if situation will be for like emergency, then they can evacuate all Indian students. So everything is normal, but our parents are worrying about us because
Right.
of yes.
Right. As a teacher, Ms. Anna, do you get calls of worry and concern from other students or from their parents?
Not so much, because for foreign students we have special dean, so dean's office, and the administrations from this office, they are concerning with parents with some documents, so they gather all the information. So for teachers, of course, the main our task is to study and to get information from teachers, to teach, from students to get information. So all the other questions are dealing in dean's offices. But as I know, as the situation is coming, nowadays, so the situation is quiet and they're doing a lot of work and really working with foreign students. And if some parents want some information, additional information, of course, they can ask our dean's offices and they will get everything that they need.
Right. Now, Dr. Diku Anthony is an individual who has a unique position. He studied in Ukraine and now owns a business and lives in Ukraine. Dr. Anthony, tell us, as somebody who holds and has a business in Ukraine, what is at stake for you? Because we know that the Indian students still will be evacuated or will leave if they wish to. But what about those Indians like you and somewhere like Dr. Royson, who have businesses in Ukraine? What's at stake for you?
Actually speaking, the country-wise here, it is very peace. We don't have any problems among the people, local people, the police people. Everybody is working as normal. There was a problem when it was in COVID, but now it is not such a problem also we are not facing. It is very calm for us who's doing business. Actually, presently we don't have any problem. But as we know, if they strike, okay, basically like everybody will also have facing problems. But presently, when we talk to the local people, they're telling it's all a game of the politics. Okay, why should we worry? And we are citizens of Ukraine, and where we'll go? So, and they're telling that nothing will be happening all over the country. So for us, actually, it is very calm.
Is there a contingency plan for Indian businesses over there? Is there a contingency plan? Where do you go if, God forbid, something happens?
Yeah, actually, we are contacting the Indian Embassy. Actually, Indian Embassy in Ukraine is very strong. Okay, they have a very good support for us. Before also, there was one day mission when it was COVID issues. The government supported us. They took flights and everything. And long back also, they supported us when there was needed an evacuation of Indians. So we contacted the embassy, and there was no such a issue problems facing the country presently. And from Delhi, they nothing have told to about the evacuation. And today is the first working day, because yesterday was Sunday and Saturday. From last 2 days, the media is making such a problem in India. I don't know what's happening, because everybody, as Patrick said, a lot of parents calling because they are very, very frightened. They don't know what is the situation here. They'll just listen to the news like we listen to the news of Syria. You understand? Like it's there are a lot of missiles, a lot of people around this. See, for us here, it is very calm. So we told the parents, like, don't worry. Presently, everything is going good. It's online. It's not because of the war. It's because of the COVID issues. It's not because of the war. The students are going online class because of the COVID. It is the cases are being high because of the Omicron and all. So they made an online class. It's not about the war. So students who's doing online class, if they wanted to go to home, they can. Like if the parents are very concerned, they don't want any risk, they can take their student back. But for us, from the university, they didn't told us ask your student to leave. Okay, the embassy didn't ask us to leave.
Okay.
So,
Ayush Bharadwaj, you're still in Ukraine, but do you have friends who have left, and why?
No, ma'am. None of my friends has left. I'm a second-year pursuer in Vinnytsia National Medical College, and my city, Vinnytsia, it is around 500 kilometers away from the border. We are not facing any circumstances like the war is happening. Okay, it's everything normal here. The local citizens around us, they are very calm. But the thing is to worry is about the parents. They are very panicked. As everyone has said, the media, the Indian media and all the channels are showing different news. So what we are worrying about is our parents, because they are panicking more than us. The thing is, our college has made a notice that we have currently online course education going on, and it is only till 25th of February or 25th of this month. So we are the parents are asking us to come back, but we cannot come back until the college says that the whole semester and whole the year is going to be online, because we cannot afford missing our classes. We cannot miss the classes, and that is all the thing happening.
Right. Nilesh, you are in Kiev. There are certain universities that have gone online for COVID reasons. Certain others where you see students leave because parents are saying, come back, we'll see the situation and send you back. How many, according to you, students you know or students from various universities are actually headed home, Nilesh? If you could give us a sense, because you're at the airport.
Like mostly the university that are near the border, the students are going. Other, they are normal. Like from the Kyiv and other university, there are less students are going. Other like Buko Union, most of the students from Buko Union are going.
Okay.
And first factor will be online classes only. That's why.
For them, it will be online, these universities in border towns? Okay, but not all.
They announced online class.
But not all universities in border towns have actually gone online. Kostab comes from Kharkiv, he's studying in Kharkiv, and doesn't seem like they're going online anytime soon. Situation between Russia and Ukraine is rather tense. There are negotiations that are underway to find peace, to forge peace. But what's your sense that you get when it comes to the people on the ground? Is there are the people seeking peace, or are they wanting to seek a resolution first with Russia? Kostab, if I could come to you first.
Actually, many of the locals in Kharkiv, they have the relatives in Russia, and many of the Russians, they have relatives in Ukraine. So I don't think there will be a revolt or anything between Russia and Ukraine. People here just want peace. That's all.
Dr. Patrick Royston, the fact that you deal with a lot of students, you studied there, deal with a lot of students, and are based out of both Kerala and Ukraine. If you could give me a sense of what's really the situation in terms of what the people of Ukraine really want, because we see protests. We've seen the freedom marches at Freedom Square. We've seen long protest marches in Kyiv as well. But we've also seen, interestingly, a protest outside the US embassy saying that they do not want war. So let Russia and Ukraine negotiate peace. What's your reading?
Okay, see, there is different peoples. So I have seen I was in Ukraine till last week. So I just came last week to India. So till that I was seeing, in Kyiv, there are some people who are protesting and they were asking, we don't want to do war or anything. And there is local people, Ukraine is not very developed country. So Ukraine is developing country. So locals are telling, we don't have actually much time to think about war. We have our daily life, we are going for job, and they are just concerned about their daily life,
right?
Mostly. And there is different people like businessmen and political people. They are continuously trying to negotiate and solve the issue. And also, this different countries are involved now. It's not only just Ukraine and Russia. Before, every year from 2014, we are hearing every year about the war is coming, something tension between countries in the border and all. But actually this year, actually more countries are involved. Because of that, actually more news are coming out. Okay,
Dr. Vinod Patil, as a parent yourself, tell us honestly, what's your first sense of how long should Costa or other students and children, stay on in Ukraine? What's your source of information over here? You look at channels, but you talk to Costa, but when do you take that call? How have you gauged that this is the line I draw for my child?
I believe in Indian embassy because before the issues being reaching the height, they have kept everything ready. They are in touch with Indian students. They have given online forms, and every student who is residing in Ukraine is in touch with Indian embassy. And we believe in our government. We believe in our country, embassy, and officials in the embassy who will evacuate the students if needed. But as for me, what I feel is that no one can afford war, and we should not think about war. Everything will be peaceful, and they will be able to negotiate and settle their matter.
Right. Ayush, what's your first sense in taking in information? Is there a group, a WhatsApp group with the embassy? How do you get information about what's the state, and how do you all stay sane and keep your calm?
Yes, ma'am. As we all know, different things are shown in different type of media we are getting through. But I personally checked through the embassy website of Ukraine, the Indian embassy that is working in Ukraine. I checked their news. I also got the form from there, the form which sir just talked about, that Indian embassy has provided an online form to just fill up the information, where you are residing, what in which course, and all the information. I'm regularly checking up with them. If I want to know something, I just mail them, like to know about the evacuation plan if God forbid something happens, because we are totally relying on our government. We are totally relying on our Indian embassy that is working here. We are living far from home, so our parents. I have also given my parents this what should I say? That Indian embassy is here. If anything happens, they are responsible.
Getting in touch. Okay, and Aditya, is that the same for you also and your parents? Is that the protocol that you have given your contact to the embassy and you're directly in touch with the embassy? Is that the protocol that all children are following? All students?
What, ma'am? Can you repeat?
Is this the protocol that you're following? Giving the numbers to your family members, keeping the numbers, and only following what the embassy is saying?
Yes, ma'am, you are right. Because our parents are in panic, but there is no need to be afraid. We are in contact with the embassies officials. So if any kind of problem, then embassy will help us.
All right. There are tensions that are simmering, but like we've been saying in reporting, negotiations are underway. And meanwhile, students in Ukraine that there are over 20,000 in number when it comes to just Indian students are keeping calm. Some of them have left Ukraine, but most of them only keeping in touch with the Indian embassy and will act only when the Indian embassy calls for evacuation from Ukraine. On that note, many thanks for joining us from Ukraine, from India, and giving us your inputs, whether if it is the Indian students, parents, guardians, or business owners. Thank you so much for joining us here on India Today.